Hey, Bruce Never here, your boomer consumer, and this episode is all about the Sivga Robin Sv021 headphones. As a disclaimer, these were sent to me at no cost from Sivga for review. However, all opinions of my own, and no one has reviewed this video prior to posting. Now, I've been reviewing a lot of headphones lately, and especially more high-end stuff from Hi-Fi Man and others. And so when Sivga reached out to me to review a pair of $150 dynamic driver headphones, I thought to myself, well, I don't know. How good could they possibly sound compared to, say, a $2,000 pair of planar magnetic headphones? I thought, that's going to be kind of a meh. Boy, I couldn't be more wrong. I absolutely could not be. And I want to talk to you about these headphones in this video. Well, let's talk about the unboxing experience to begin with. Now, I'm going to refer to these as the Robins going forward. Now, these come nicely packaged. And I have to say, I thought that the brown color with the rosewood just looked fantastic. And when you open up the box, there's a nice bag in there with the Sivga logo on it for travel or for storage of these headphones. Included is also a very nice braided cable with a 3.5 millimeter connection as well as a 6.35 millimeter connection on it. And of course, you get the headphones themselves. I just didn't feel like there was any kind of cost cutting involved. Nothing that said that this is a more affordable headphone for you Hi-Fi aficionados. So these are a closed back headphone and they have a frequency response of 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. They're rated at 32 ohms and using what Sivga calls an ultra thin flexible diaphragm, a 50 millimeter driver. Now they use a special copper clad aluminum wire in the voice coil, and that makes it more flexible. It's rated 105 dB. So at 32 ohms impedance, 105 dB, these things can get really loud and they can work with practically anything, phones, tablets, computers, etc. Anything you plug the headphones into should be able to drive these no problem. And let me tell you folks, these get super, super loud. So be careful on the volume control with these. You know, they're also very lightweight. They only weigh 275 grams, 9.7 ounces. I actually had my wife come in and try these on. She goes, you know what? This would appeal to a lot more women because they're not these huge, bulky audiophile type headphones. Women don't like that, she says. And who knows? She could be right about it. Well, she's my wife, so she's right. But yeah, I get it. They're very light. They're very comfortable and designed that you can wear for the hours on end and not feel any kind of fatigue at all with these. These are extremely comfortable and they have a user replaceable ear pad on here. And I tell you what, these are so soft. They're the softest ear pads that I have ever felt in my life. And I felt some pretty soft ones, but there's just no way to describe how soft and supple these are. Couple that with a nice pleather headband. And something else that's really, really interesting is the yoke on here is a very nice finish on the metal. It's so smooth and slick. It feels almost like ice is how slick it really is. I don't know whether it's hand machine or how they did it, but just an outstanding job on that. You know what else? I also appreciate the fact that Sivga clearly marked the left and right side of the headphones. I don't know how many times I'll go to grab headphones. Do I have them on the right way? You know, I don't know whether that's happened to you or not, but it happens to me all the time. And so I appreciate how they have those marked. And speaking of the ear cups, I just happen to love the finish of the rosewood on here. Of course, these are available in a black finish as well, but I like the brown and rosewood. I just think that it's drop dead gorgeous. Maybe I'm stressing that too much, but after seeing so many just black headphones, it's kind of a treat. You know, I just think these give these a look of much more expensive headphones than the $150 price that they're being advertised for. Now, when I review gear such as headphones or sources, I like to use my Topping DX3 Pro Plus headphone amp DAC. Sometimes I'll use a Schiit Magni headphone amplifier, and I use my Weem Mini to stream music from my music server. and Apple Music for discovery, or, to use one of my playlists that I might have for demo purposes. And that's pretty much it. And you know what? It was a great pairing with these, and all in, you'd be under, what, $500 to have a great sounding pair of headphones and a great system. So that's what I use to review these with. Now, as far as music is concerned, that one of the selections was David Johansen's Shaker album. It's kind of a country rock type of album, but the vocals on there were nothing short of amazing. At first, I thought maybe the mids were a little bright on these, but no, no, it's a very punchy album, especially, I don't know why they mastered it this way, but it just gave extra oomph to the mids on there. And it's definitely an album worth checking out if you've never heard his music. Now, another artist that I just recently discovered is a lady named Regina Spektor, and her album Before and After. She has sort of a Norah Jones type of sound to her, but this recording, the recordings on here have this giant wall of sound, and they really showed off, really allowed the Robins to flex their audio muscles, so to speak. And it was just an incredible listening experience. And no time did I find, the bass to be dull or muddy, but not over-exaggerated as some headphones will do. And the vocals were smooth and buttery and not at all fatiguing or tiring. And the highs were clear but not oversaturated. If I had to say anything, maybe just a little bit north of neutral, but certainly extremely enjoyable experience. And finally, another suggestion was an artist named Eva Cassidy, I should say, and her album Songbird. And this is just a beautiful, hauntingly relaxing album to sit back and just chill out to. And it's something I can just put it on repeat and listen to it over and over again. It's a very soulful album. But is it an audiophile album? Maybe, maybe. But I just know if you've not heard her before, give her a shot and listen to some of her music. I think what surprised me the most about these are the balanced tonality. As I said, the bass is neither muddy or slow. It just seems to be very well controlled and very precise. And maybe it's got something to do with their special voice coils in the driver. Again, the mids were probably the strongest point of these headphones. If you're really into vocals, these are going to be a killer deal, especially for the price of $150. And again, the trouble was never fatiguing or tiring, maybe just a little bit north of neutral, but nothing bad at all about these. The overall comfort of these things welcomes you to listen for hours on end. That's what these are designed for. And again, the lightness of them, they're nice and stretchy. They're nice and comfortable. Maybe I can't stress the comfort enough, but to me, headphones, I don't care how great they sound, what fantastic specs. If they're painful to wear for any period of time, you're going to chuck them. You're just going to put them up, not use them, or return them for refund, whatever. Not the case with the Robins. As a reviewer, I try to find both the pros and cons behind everything I review, and I really had to think long and hard about any type of potential cons to these. And there's only 2 items, and I'm just maybe being a little bit picky, but I do believe that the headband, the padding could be a bit thicker, but it never felt tiring. Again, these are so lightweight at 9.7 ounces, 275 grams. You hardly even feel them on your head. The other thing might be that I thought that the clamping force is a little bit soft on these, and maybe just a little bit more pressure would be a more reassuring feeling of the headphones being on your head, but they never once attempted to come off or so forth. Again, I'm just chilling out, man. I'm just putting these on my head and listening to some great tunes for several hours at a time. Never was an issue. So that's really about it. This is my review of the Sivga Robin Sv021 headphones. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.